All right. Well, good evening to our race fans out there on Five Kings Network's Facebook page, Five King Motorsports YouTube channel. I'm your host tonight, Tanner Marr, bringing you the Apex Sim Racing Custom Racing Gear. It's a recruitment race here tonight, Truck Series at Kansas. I'm joined by the one and only, the young gun of the group, Mr. Jason Raymond. Jason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
So, Jason, you have called a few of these races thus far with me. How are you expecting it to go tonight at a track such as Kansas? It's a cookie cutter, but it's a little bit different style than our normal cookie cutters.
I don't know. I feel like the racing is gonna be pretty good. I know you can run multiple groups here. I know outside and middle is probably preferred, but you can run the bottom and still be competitive. But it's a recruitment race, so you got the core bunch of guys that race in the league, and then you got the other guys trying to make it into the league. So it definitely should be interesting to see how this plays out.
As we got qualifying on track here now. So, with it being a recruitment race, guys, I will go ahead and warn you. There's going to be drivers out here that we have no clue who they are. Normally, we can look at a paint scheme and say, oh, that's such and such, and know who that is by their number or by their paint scheme. But, yes, there is some league guys in here, like people that's raced in the league before. So there is a few people in here we will know, and then there's gonna be a few people we don't know. Like it's Chandler Hayden, number 66. He has a spec map. I can tell because the number is actually hidden a little bit behind the red. You see that, Mr. Raymond?
Yeah, I see that. I mean, it's still a good looking
Very
truck
good
though.
looking truck. As he's coming around right here out of turn four, going to go down to the apron. We're going to see that apron used all night tonight, folks. And he just went P2 on the board with a 31.41, almost 2 tenths off our fastest right now, who is none other than the 48 machine of Corey Melton, and then David Hurt just took his 77 Aces machine up to P2 on the board. So yeah, Kansas is a little bit more of a racy type cookie cutter, meaning there's more grooves than just your typical one. I mean, you can run the bottom, you can run the middle, or you can rip it Kyle Larson style and start going up near that wall. It's just all driver preference.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know I was testing a little bit. I don't know. I'm a short track guy, so I don't know a lot about these types of tracks. But I was testing it, and you really can move around a lot here, and that's definitely gonna be something cool to watch. Usually there's most tracks are one single file groove, what I'm used to at least. But there's three lanes that you can run, and kind of driver preference on what they like to do here.
Absolutely, without a doubt. As we see Mr. Alex Coffey out here right now, he is a racer over in our Crooked Line Racing Series. Let's see if he can represent the Crooked Line boys as he's coming out for qualifying now. His first lap around, though, that was the second lap. Alex Coffey's currently sitting P8 on the board, a little bit off right now versus the other guys. But if you look at it, man, these times are right on top of each other. They're only separated by a tenth.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna mention that too. It looks like he's separated. He's sitting eighth right now, but ninth now. He's not that far off the pace. These guys are all super close, and it's definitely gonna be good or interesting racing with looking at these lap times.
Another thing I'm noticing right now, ever since iRacing introduced this latest build they brought, meaning if you play other video games, basically like an update, ever since they introduced this new update, I'm still seeing the driver's side front tire is basically inside the ground. And I don't know exactly why it's like that, but it's annoying to say the least, but we're just having to look over it. But I am noticing that already. It wasn't doing it to me in practice, but I can see it now as they're out here taking their 2 laps of qualifying around this Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, I thought it was just me seeing that, but I do see what you're talking. It's nothing we can control. Just something we gotta overlook, like you said, and not worry about it. But I mean, it shouldn't affect us at all. Calling the action, it should be too interesting. We should be too excited to be even noticing stuff like that.
55 laps here tonight, folks, at the Kansas Motor Speedway. It's the Apex Sim Racing Custom Racing Gear Series. This is a recruitment race. If you would like to get in it, Mr. Aaron Adcock, he can show you the way and give you all the information needed to get in here. I'm actually awaiting that number 17 to go out on track, and then we can pull him up and have a quick word with him and see what he is thinking. As we just saw Chris McLean take his first lap around the track, he just went up to P5. That's the season 1 champion right there out of Pole Man Motorsports. Had a dominating performance at Phoenix last Thursday, and it's looking like he is going to try to replicate that this Thursday. P5 with his first lap around, coming around here now for lap number 2 on the board. Goes all the way down to that apron, trying to cut that track as small as he can. Chris McLean just went top of the board with a 31.04.
And you know, if I'm not mistaken, that is the season 1 champion, correct?
That is.
And you know, he's showing it's no fluke that he won that championship. Actually, the top two are, look at it, they're tied.
Yeah, so iRacing Simtimes tells me on one side of my screen, so I have 2 screens right now, folks. I think the times are so close that it can't register actually who's faster, because iRacing live scoring has Nick ahead of Chris, and then I look over on my left screen, like the screen y'all see with the ticker on the side, that has Chris McLean is actually ahead of him.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of interesting, because mine shows that Chris McLean's fastest.
Right. So yeah, that's
on both screens. It's like, I don't know, they don't even know.
Oh,
I mean, they ran a 31.038, both of them. So
okay,
I'm not sure.
So see, I can't. So I'm not able to see the final number with this. I can only see the first 2 numbers. 31.03 is what I'm saying. So still, it's actually really, really impressive. See how fast they are going around the track. As I think Mr. Adcock is out on track now, coming across the line. I think that's his second lap, as Aaron just went P11 on the board. If he does pull down here, Jason, I want you to pull him up and we'll discuss the league a little bit. As I see him moving down, yes, he is done.
Okay, I will pull him up if I can find him. All right, here he comes. Aaron, this is Jason and Tanner up in the Five Kings.
How's it going, guys? I got you.
You know,
so we go ahead, Tanner.
You know, it's going pretty good. Got a good list of drivers out here right now, and you just put it up to P11 on the board. What I wanted to bring you up here for, Aaron, you're the head guy behind this Apex Sim Racing series. I wanted you to relay the message better than I can on how people can find you and how they can find the league if they are looking to join a Thursday Night Truck Series league.
Yeah, the easiest way is probably on iRacing. Just go to leagues and search for Apex Sim Racing E-Series Showdown. It should be very close to the top of the board since it's got an A in the name. And we run on Thursday nights. We're going to get this second season started October 28th. All sessions will open at 7 Central. For practice, we'll have 1 hour of practice, and then there'll be the qualifying starts at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock Central. And usually we run most mile and a half tracks are about 100 laps. Some of the short tracks like Richmond or Martinsville might be about 150, 130, somewhere in there. And super speedways are usually 60 to 75 lap races. So not real long, but not real short either. Tonight's kind of short, just to some quick race and kind of get some guys and see what kind of talent's out there to help fill the league up to where we can have some 30 plus truck fields.
Now y'all have some league regulars in here. Season 1's champion Chris McLean just put it top of the board with his lap. I'm actually seeing that him and Nick Gobble, or whatever his last name is, Nick in the 24, actually tied with the lap time. So that's going to be an interesting development to watch for here, as obviously those drivers are very, very close on pace. Now, I heard you right then that y'all are bumping it up 30 minutes, so it's going to be starting at 8 o'clock Central, my time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Uh, what about the rules for this series? So I know you do a limited tire sets and fuel and whatnot. What kind of rules can they expect?
Uh, Basically anything that iRacing lets you do and doesn't let you do for the most part. And then we have some playoff rules. Winning you're in, but you got to have at least 75% participation.
Okay.
So you can't just jump in and win one race and never show up until the playoffs. Just that's not fair to the people that show up every single Thursday.
Right.
And we're going to change a few things up, but not a whole lot. But yeah, it's I'm gonna do a second rule package for this upcoming season, but it's all the same things that we normally have. So um, it's gonna be fun like it was last year.
So we'll let you get down there and warm up with your team of Poleman Motorsports. Aaron, before we cut you loose, will you give us the name that they can search for on iRacing one more time?
Yeah, it's Apex Sim Racing E Series Showdown. And my name, Aaron Adcock, will be there as league owner, and that way you'll know you're at the right place. But one thing I did forget to say, there is a league minimum of Class C license. That's not to pick on anybody. That's just iRacing won't allow you to drive a gander truck until you have a Class C license, and that's the way we set the league up to where if you got at least a Class C license, you're eligible to drive a truck on iRacing. So you're eligible to race in our league with the gander trucks. So that's not to pick on nobody. That's just to make sure that it's fair all the way across the board, and you kind of got an even playing field, so to speak. Just yourself from being on iRacing. If you got a rookie license or a Class D license and you've never driven a truck before,
Right.
it's a big difference.
Right. Absolutely. So Class C license, that's Apex E Series Showdown. Did I get that correctly?
You did.
Uh,
Apex Racing E Series Showdown.
Alrighty. And Class C license and above. And just shoot a request over and you'll all be ready to race on Thursday night starting October 28th.
Yes, sir. And all broadcasted by you guys at Five Kings Network.
Yes, sir. We'll be up here calling action. Y'all make it easy for us as always, Aaron. Good luck to you tonight, brother, and we'll be up here maybe talking to you at the end.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, Jason. We're almost ready to rumble. Got about 2.5 minutes before we go to the grid here tonight. Let me know what you're expecting here, Jason. You've seen them qualify. We've sat here and we've watched some of the practice. Who do you think is the favorite coming into Kansas here tonight?
I don't know, man. That's hard to say. I mean, it's a really close field. There's a lot of fast guys in here, so I think it's just gonna be. Honestly, I don't know if there is a favorite. I just think it's gonna be whoever can keep their truck, technically cleanest, the longest.
That's cheating. So I'm going to ask you again. Jason,
Oh my.
who do you think your favorite is here tonight at Kansas?
All right. Well, if I have to pick, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna say season 1 champion Chris McLean.
That was also cheating, but yeah, we'll let that ride. So
Fine. Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Jason Raymond
Uh-huh.
has went with season 1's champion Chris McLean. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm going with the number 53 of Tracy Passons here tonight in the Ford F-150 Apex Sim Racing machine. He is my favorite. He'll be starting. I'm not even sure because the lineup's messed up right now, not showing me.
Starting P6.
Starting P6. So, yep, there you go. That's my pick for tonight, folks. And let me know in the chat if you're watching. Who do you got? I'm not even sure if Kelly Coffee is out there or not. That's Alex Coffee's mother. Kelly, if you're in the chat, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing good. Whoever else is watching, hope y'all are having a fine night as we're about a minute away from some 1.5 mile action. I was going to say short track action. That's what I'm used to. But we're here at Kansas tonight in the cornfields. I wonder
Yeah, man.
if Dorothy's anywhere. You know who Dorothy is? Or is that before your time?
Dorothy from like Wizard of Oz.
There we go. Wasn't that based in Kansas or something?
I don't, I don't know that much.
Oh, yes, you do. You're being bashful right now.
I have no idea. Hey man, that was a good movie though. But what's the weather looking like in here?
Alrighty, let's pull it up and we'll see what we got here tonight. So it's looking like they have an air temperature of about 70 degrees, 47% humidity, so that's about baseline, not going to be too much. 3 miles per hour wind, that shouldn't come into factor. What I'm really looking at there is the temperature of the racetrack. The temperature of the racetrack is currently sitting at about 72 degrees. And now we heard when these drivers were practicing earlier, I heard Aaron Adcock in my ear say, I feel like I'm dirt tracking it. So that might be a sign of things to come. This truck might be a little bit loose in the rear end. So that could be a problem for some of these drivers if they go out there and abuse their tires too much.
Yeah, usually before we go through the lineup real quick, usually cool track is more grip. So I don't know. This track's usually cooler than what I'm used to seeing, usually on the short tracks.
Yes, sir. As we're going to go through the Apex Sim Racing lineup here on 5 Kings Network, brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. We got, he's number 12 here tonight, Chris McLean. He put it on the pole with a 31038. And then Nick Gobble from Randy Henshaw Racing. He's going to be starting outside, row number 1. Corey Melton, row 2 inside with Steve Boyer to his outside. And then, rounding out our top 5 qualifiers here tonight, it's going to be Tyler Brown in the 76 machine. My pick for the favorite of the night, Tracy Passon's number 53 Ford F-150 starting 6th. Eric Buckhalter starting 7th with John Curtis in the 117 machine starting 8th. Todd Shot. What is it?
It's Shot.
Todd Shot starting P9 with Chandler Hayden from the Plains starting 10th. With the league owner, Aaron Adcock, he's starting outside of the top 10 by 1 spot. He's starting P11. And then Patrick Mercer starting to his outside P12. As we keep on going further down, Alan Warnicki's 13th. Alex Coffey representing Runts Racing, he'll be starting 14th. Jerry Banty, 15th. Ryan Cleaver, 16th. Joseph, 17th. Dylan Hastings, 18th. Chuck, Mr. Pegleg, Feltz from Big Fish Motorsports, Poleman Motorsports, starting 19th. David Hurt, 20th. Keep an eye on this number 20 machine, Ray Rogers. He's firing off 21st. David Harden, 22nd. Alex V, 23rd. Anthony Gardo, 24th. My goodness. Mark, Matt, Charles, Larry, Jacob, Ryan, Mason. That's rounding out your starters here tonight as we're about to be green flag racing here tonight, folks, for the Apex Sim Racing Series. Sorry, that took a little bit. As the field is going to be in control of that number 5 on the side, 12 in the I race. Back to the 48. All's well that ends well. Maybe for the 24, he gets loose. Where there's hard racing all on the track. Barney Fife Jr. has not grabbed the yellow flag.
The 24 of Nick Gobble.
So Nick Gobble, let's get an update on Nick, see if he's still out on track or not. So yeah, he did save at Hertz machine. Got the 51 of Mr. Veith on his outside, I do believe. Yes, I remember that truck. So watch that for that 24. If we have a caution out on the speedway, Tattletale box is not telling me nobody yet, but now it's
see it right there.
Yes, it's lighting up like a freaking Christmas tree now, folks. Yikes, what has happened? Let's see what's went down here. Looking like Patrick Mercer may have been the initial cause. Ooh, Todd Shajot just turns him right there into the outside wall and then nowhere to go for the 7 truck. Who was in the 7 truck? Because they just went, that's Steve Boyer. Man, oh man, they went for a ride and then some.
A lot of hard hits right there, too.
Yeah, we're going cockpit cam with the 7, folks. Spinning like a top right now. Man, oh man. And you hear that engine is expired. You hear it clicking like that, folks. That motor is done. And that temper of that driver might be as well because, man, oh man, significant damage right there. to a lot of drivers. One driver I'm trying to see if they made it through or not. Alex Coffey has had a rough week of racing. I talked with him last night. He helped call a race with me last night. And he just outright said he's not had any fun this week at all. But his truck is looking clean and actually fakes him out. That 19 is on his toes right now. Kelly Coffey, where are you at? You're not in the chat, my girl. I need you. Where's my girl at, Kelly?
So, I know that we just went and watched that replay. What was your thoughts on that? Personally, I think it just looked like maybe a misjudgment with the double zero trying to cross down on the inside and just hooked him in the right rear.
I think, Todd, you hit the nail on the head right there. Thought he could maybe perform a crossover, dip underneath that driver going into one, and just ultimately it wasn't there. I mean, the space was not there. You saw two trucks fighting for the same real estate, and man, there was a few drivers got the bad end of the deal, but I think Steve Boyer in the 7 got the worst of it. Are the lights still on the pace car? If they are, let's go back and watch it from Todd Shajolt's point of view and see exactly what happened. Oh, no.
Wait, can we actually look at a different angle of that?
That wasn't on Todd.
Maybe it was, I hate to say it, maybe a little bit.
Oh, Netco did them no favors right then.
And
Man.
just for the people that don't know, that aren't familiar with iRacing, netcode, when we mention that, is basically the servers is registering that there was contact, which there should be contact is what it's registering, but there never was. So the cars react as if there was initial contact. Is that a good way to put it? Or did I just make it confusing?
Are you done?
I don't know, man.
No, you did good. Basically, iRacing thought they touched. iRacing thought one of them trucks was moving when they really wasn't. It's internet based, so I mean, if you download, let's say you download music, you download a song, you download a movie, there's times where the download goes really fast, there's times where it goes really slow. And that's from internet being so finicky, basically.
Bipolar.
You're right, yeah, being bipolar. And right there, that could have been an issue. Like we're seeing the leader blinks right there. It's all connection based, folks. Sometimes you can have the best connection in the world, and it don't matter. Now, iRacing does have really good top-notch servers, so it doesn't come into play a lot, but it can come into play about once a race, and we just saw it right then. Now, I'm not saying that'll be the only time. It could be more, but typically iRacing is pretty good. As we're going to see that 48 gets a great jump. Chris McLean is not waiting. He saw last restart that he was able to get the good jump and move down low, so that 5... He said, I saw it happen to him last time. He's going down this time.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good move, slot down and I'm not sure if there's any rule with that.
That's what I was thinking. Apparently, there must not be a rule of lane switch before the start-finish line. But if there's not, then oh well. And if there was, nobody saw it. No harm, no foul. We're racing, You got to do everything you can to put that truck in victory lane. That's what that number 5 is going to do each and every week. But man, oh man, Alex Coffey, he told me last night outright, he had zero fun this week. He started 14th. He's worked his way up to 4th right now, up 10 spots. Got Tracy Passons in the 53 trying to pass him. Let's see who's going to have the advantage when they come out of turn 4 here. Coming to lap number 10, folks. It's going to be a quick one here tonight. Only 55 laps out here in the Great Plains of Kansas. As advantage goes to the 53 truck of Tracy Passons. I love a short race like this versus the long races we have been. Now, I love long races too. But a short race, you don't have no time to conserve. It's basically 110% at all times. And I think that's what we're seeing with Tracy Passons right now. He got to the 19 of Alex Coffey and he didn't wait. As now the 5, man, these numbers are tripping me out. He's actually the 14, but the 5 on the side of his truck. He is looking underneath Alex, so maybe Alex is trying to save his tires a little bit.
I think I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good.
I just want to mention.
Ooh, got into the wall.
I during that last wreck, I'm in the session, so I heard chat. I think he said he was involved with a little netcode, so maybe the car is actually damaged a little bit, even though netcode is. I mean, it still could be possible that there is some damage to that car that we can't see.
As Eric Bowcoulter, Tracy Passon says all got by Mr. Corey Melton. Not exactly sure what has happened or transpired right here. But we have a new leader. That's that Chris McLean with the Eric Bowcoulter trying to show his truck underneath, and the 53 is going to try to get there. Now, when we saw Alex Coffey hit the wall right there, these trucks are virtually wide open. I mean, they're not really lifting a whole lot. So draft is going to be really important tonight. You don't want no type of aerodynamics damage. You don't want no damage on the side of your truck, because that's going to hurt the aero of your truck. Because they're going to be 3 wide for the lead here tonight at Kansas. The 48 just don't have the power right now. But let's go on board with one of these drivers. We'll go on board with the 48. He's shown good pace all night. Now let's see if we can listen to his throttle here. Don't talk, Jason, because I'm gonna crank this up pretty loud right here. And if you talk, you'll bleed over. But just let's listen right here, folks, as he goes into turn 1. So you hear him lift right there a little bit to not get in the back of Passons. Off throttle for about not even fully and not even half a second, and then right back into it hard. And you actually seen he lost time to the 3 trucks in front of him. We have a new race leader, the 71. Man, oh man. Okay, Jason, you are good to go now, brother.
And I had to go tune into the stream so I could hear what you're talking about.
How did it sound since you went and tuned in? Is it very loud?
No, it sounded. Hey, I'll turn it up again real quick, but it sounded pretty good.
So, a little peek behind the curtain. All I do is just turn up my desktop volume on OBS, but when I do that, it turns you up also. That's why I said you had to be quiet, because I got you turned up really loud in Discord already, so that would have hurt somebody's ears probably. But we have a new race leader, and Caution is out on a speedway somewhere. I am seeing Chandler Hayden, Mason flipping. Hopefully he's not really flipping, but that's his name, so let's go back and see what happened.
That's not gonna work.
That's not right. I don't know why it does that.
The hiccup in your ear. Oh, it looks like the apron.
Was it the apron? I didn't see him hit the apron.
I think so. I think the 61 went down into the apron. Right.
Oh,
there.
yes, he did. Look at that 61. That's a good looking truck too. It's weird. That's a weird Goodwrench truck. Who is that? Is that Mason flipping? Oh,
yes, it is.
Did you see that? These drivers are not happy right here.
It is Mason flipping.
So let's go back here. We'll go cockpit cam real quick, folks, and just sees what happened. He clips the apron right there and pushes up the track a little bit, and man, oh man. Now, I want y'all to take a ride with Chandler Hayden real quick, cockpit, and watch what he does after the wreck. You think that driver's happy or not? What do you think?
I think he's pretty. I don't know. I think he's happy.
He might be happy now. He got it out of his system.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, look at that 96 truck. I think it's shiny.
It is. It is. Let's see if we can find Mr. Coffee. Coffee is not in Discord. Come on, Alex. Get together. Wanted to have a word with him. Find us a driver to talk to real quick. Bring us somebody up.
All right, let's see who we got here. Let's bring up Matt Rogers. He's sitting P1 right now. You do the talking then.
Matt, this is Jason Raymond, Tanner Marr, and the 5 Kings Network booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going, brother, but I think it's going a little bit better for yourself. You're sitting P1. You've dodged the shenanigans thus far. How you like your chances tonight at Kansas?
Well, my tires are starting to wear, and I got a bad feeling these guys got some, so it's not going to look good for me in a few laps.
Hey, you never know, brother. It could. So, that reminds me to ask you, how many tires do y'all have for tonight's race?
We only have 2 in the pits right now, so I'm going to try to save some.
Okay. That's Matt Rogers driving number 96, and I think Jason Raymond wants to tell you something about your truck because he spoke about it quite a bit in my ear tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely shiny, but I like how you made it. I mean, you painted that, correct?
Yes, sir.
I like the wood look to it. If you look closely at it, like I don't know if you could show the viewers, Tanner. It looks like wood, and I mean, I like it, kind of cool.
Yeah, I put wood in it and then a chrome on top of it.
It's definitely unique. I mean, I like it. It's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah, well,
Matt Rogers. That's the race leader right now. Going to try to bring it home. He's on old tires with some fresh tires behind him. Matt will be calling action. Good luck to you, brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir, buddy. I'm not even sure.
I
Thank
got him.
you. Thank you, because I wasn't sure where he came from.
I got him.
Hakuna Matata. We ain't got no worries up here in the booth because the lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to be back. Green flag racing with the 2 car on the outside. The future foam with that shiny wood. Is that a thing? Shiny wood. It is now. That 96 of Matt
Yep,
Rogers. Oh,
it
the
is
lights
now.
are not off on
Confirmed.
the pace car. LOL. Tricked ya.
I like that pink truck back there. Is that a Sheldon Creed paint scheme?
I think it is, but let's see if the lights stay on. We're going to do the MF Race Design's best paint scheme of the night,
And they are not. So
they are
next
not.
caution, you have something to look forward to. If there isn't. Hopefully there's not, but if there is, you guys have something to look forward to.
What number? It's saying number 2.
E4, correct? Let me look here.
Dylan Hastings.
Yes.
I think that is a Sheldon Creed
I
inspired
believe it is.
lift kits for less as they go to pit lane for whatever reason. I like a lot of these trucks, man. I like that Bass Pro Shop. Now, I'll be completely straightforward. I'm not a huge fan of the way the number looks on the side of that Bass Pro. I think it's if that driver would have went like with an orange number, like the fish or whatever we see right there, the lure, I think that would have looked pretty cool. Well, that's not even lure, that's just a design. But yeah, but still, that's a really good looking truck. I like that number 2 truck on the outside. Both number 2s on the outside. It's the double deuce. Joe Logano's out there and we didn't even know it. You're a poet and didn't know it. Getting ready to be
Man,
green flag racing.
You're gonna see here 96 that is Matt. That's Matt, correct? I just talked to him. Yeah. Oh, great
Oh
jump.
my
though.
goodness
He said,
gracious.
he said his tires were starting to wear, but didn't look like it right there. He
Man, oh man.
rocketed away.
Yeah, well, you ain't got to worry about tires when you get out to a 7-second lead on the restart, bro. That 96 just took off like a rocket. I'm not sure if the other guys were sleeping or if he just got that good of a jump. As a 2-car actually gets into the wall, 71 does as well. They
Wait,
are
which
racing.
2 cars? There's too many
I
of
don't. Yeah, right. As the 7153, their nose to tail on the outside lane, but the freight train of fresh tires is coming. That 5 truck is on rails right now, folks. Both 5 trucks.
It looks like the 71 was fighting it through 3 and 4 last lap. I don't know if it was just the way the camera angle I was looking at it, but it looked like it was kind of squirrely. Oh, the 53 again. No, not again, but 53 gets loose there. As truck peg leg Felt is trying to go underneath him. He actually clears him on entry, and here comes another one of the 5 cars. There's so many of them, but as the 53 is falling back here, I'm not sure if he's trying to conserve, if he has a bad feeling about what's gonna happen, if he's fighting. As we're watching a big bunch of cars here, and definitely starting to see, like I said earlier, the multi-groove. We might be going 3 wide here down the backstretch. 5, the 88, and the 53. I don't know numbers because this is not all league regulars, but they're in go mode here as we're on lap 22, 55. 88. We got a whole bunch of cars here. Trucks. Sorry.
As it's all the Bass Pro Shops, number 76 out front, but that 48, we saw him get up and lead some laps earlier. He's got the 5 truck of Anthony whatever pushing him right now.
Yeah, so we're sorry to the people that are watching. Like we said earlier, these aren't all regulars. So, give us a couple weeks. If it's the same drivers, we'll learn paint schemes, we'll learn names. We'll be on top of it all.
Now here's a driver. Oh, we got a caution out on the speedway, and they're going to keep piling in. Yeah. Is that ARCA brake or no brake? I'm not sure. We're going to go back and watch. John Curtis involved in another one. Another rough night for Mr. Curtis. As we go back
Oh,
on
and
the
Alex
replay.
Coffey had some heavy damage.
Oh, just nowhere to go for the 19 and 17. It didn't actually start with them two, though, so I don't know why. iRacing timing is not... Yeah, see, the crash is starting up there. The 88.
Can we just go? Can you when you're in the replay mode, can you switch car numbers or does it mess it all up?
You can, but it's already going to be happening.
Oh, yep. Now we're all messed up.
Yeah, see it? Wait. Try it like this.
Oh,
I can't rewind it back far enough to see, but man, Charles Stevens Jr. just got pushed around by the 46 and cannot catch a break as the 25. Legend has it he is still in the gas right now, folks. Jeez, he just kept barreling through there 30 minutes after the crash happened.
oh man, I'm sorry. I had to mute my mic there for a second.
Because we got action on pit road now.
I can't, man. This is especially in the 48 roll down pit road.
As we got action on pit road now, folks. You're going to start seeing some different tire strategy right here. Our race leader just gave up the lead to Anthony in the number 5 Exalta. William Byron inspired machine. Let me know in viewerland, folks, who you got out there tonight. Miss Kelly Coffee, you have let me down. If you are in the chat and have not been talking to me all night, I am very disappointed.
And I mentioned MF Racing Design's best paint, and we have not done that yet. So let me go scroll through here, see what we got for paint schemes. You go first here, because I gotta find them.
Alrighty, for our MF Race Designs best paint scheme of the night, we're going to go through the field a little bit and try to see which one we like the most here. Let's see, let's get a quick little look-see. Let's see. It's a tough one, man. There's a lot of good-looking rides in here.
I agree.
I'm going with the number 71 of Eric Burkhalter. It's a good-looking car from the side. Let's see if we can get a camera angle where we see it. I want y'all to really take a glimpse at the number, as it's really hard to see, but there's a little bit of design in the number, folks, and it makes it really pop. Let me know who you got, Mr. Ramon.
You could see him right now. You see the 61 right up there? That's Mason Flippin. That's my pick. If you can kind of see it right there. It's not just a black car. There's a pretty unique texture on it. It looks kind of cool. It makes it add some characteristics and makes it unique. And I kind of like the older, more like classic kind of number font too.
Yep, it does. It definitely puts an old school vibe. Has the Texas State logo right there on, behind the front wheel well. Sorry if you heard my little son just scream in his bedroom. He's actually supposed to be asleep right now, but I guess Cocomelon is keeping him really entertained in there.
He's too good for sleep, is what he's saying.
Right. He stayed up late last night too. Me and his mama, after I finished the broadcast, could not get him to sleep for nothing. But it was funny because he was just being too cute. But man, oh man. So I do apologize, folks, if y'all heard that. That's what I actually muted my mic a while ago and had to jump up and go turn my fan on because I was afraid I was going to wake him up because the action was getting pretty intense up front. But joke's on me because he is not asleep.
That's it's definitely. Maybe he was asleep. Maybe you woke him up.
No. I can tell by how he yelled right then. He's in there having the time of his life.
Oh, okay.
As the lights are off on the pace car, they're getting ready to be double file. They're going to re-rack it. You got Dylan Hastings leading the field with Mark Truxell to his outside. David Hunt inside row number 2 with Alex Veets firing off P4. And our top 4 drivers right now, in order. Dylan Hastings is up 17 spots from where he gridded. Mark is up 23. David Hertz up 17. And Alex Veith is up 20. Man, oh man, these are some big movers here. And they've all pitted. It's not that they haven't pitted and just gained this track position. No. They pitted and have gained this track position the good old-fashioned way, and that's by sheer speed.
As we're getting ready to see here, that pace car is stuck. You see the fire off here in-car camera for the two.
No, I didn't mean to do it.
He fires off, and he gets about a car length jump. You know, not as good as some. Actually, as I'm saying that, he's kind of pulling away.
It was kind of like the momentum was slowly building, and then once it hit the peak, it just was out like a rocket.
Well, 77 has something to say about that.
Yeah, the 77. I'm starting to notice a trend that low line is where you want to be tonight, especially on fresh rubber. Yes, you can make the middle work on a little bit older tires, but that 48, folks, he's been out front a few times here tonight, and that 5 truck right there behind him with Chris McLean, they are not going to look. They're not just going to lay back here and ride. They are going to try to take the lead. Ooh. Thought there was going to be some contact.
Scary. That was
right.
Close. You know, we saw a little bobble, and maybe there was registered contact there, but these guys are getting intense. The caution is out again.
Caution on the speedway once again. Who is the victim this time? Oh no, we just talked to him, Matt Rogers. Let's go back and see what happened. As I'm actually seeing a wreck in front of him. Tracy passes my pick. No. So.
Oh, heavy damage to that left rear wing. That's crazy.
Let's go blimp cam. See if we can get a better look at what happened. So Tracy actually gets sideways, saves it, but it's just like a accordion effect. 96 was trying to come down, make sure he gave that 53 plenty of room.
Can we, sorry, I cut you off. You can go ahead, sir.
Do what?
I was just like, can we go look at Alex Coffey real quick? It looked like he was. You see that right there? It looked like, I'm not sure if he saved it or. Oh, what a save!
Yeah, both drivers actually.
Yeah.
All three really, because the 53 of Tracy Passons actually saved it as well. So yeah, just looks like an accordion effect for the rest of the field was trying to leave room for the trucks that were stepping out sideways and just ultimately not enough room. As man, your pick for the MF Racing Design's best paint scheme of the night is heavily damaged, and Alex Coffey is hauling the mail coming into pit road, locks him up. Let's see.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they have a fast repair or not either.
I'm not sure. It's definitely going to be something interesting to see here as we're watching Alex Coffey roll down pit road. But, you know, you touched on my pick for the MF Racing paint. I think we need to take that one back to the shop and get it rewrapped. Definitely was a good looking truck. Now it's a little messed up. Unfortunate for him.
I'm not seeing that truck get fixed.
Is he rolling forward, or is it the camera panning?
I think the camera moved slightly right then, I think. Or is he just calling it a night? Was he already out of a fast repair? I think they have a fast repair.
Oh, yes, he was out of a fast repair. Remember that earlier wreck when he got
plowed
into?
Yep, that is correct. So pull up the info tab. You can do it and see if there's a fast repair. And we already know they got 3 total tire sets.
There was only one fast repair, so I think Alex Coffey is out of a fast repair.
No way.
And his week of bad luck continues as he's going back out. He's not calling it a night.
But we know with these trucks, they're almost wide open. The draft plays a huge, huge factor in your speed here tonight, and I just do not think that truck can be as competitive as he's going to want it, or the entire 19 camp is going to want it. And is that like a Kyle Busch scheme? As he's going to get a black flag right there. He just actually came up off pit road before the blue line too.
I don't know if it's a Kyle Busch scheme. It's kind of cool looking though.
As the lights are still on that gender neutral pace car. Who do you think is going to lead it into turn 1? That inside lane has had the advantage every time they fired off on these restarts. But that Poleman Motorsports machine, Chris McLean, he's no slouch on restarts, on long runs, short runs. He's going to be there, I think, to battle Corey Melton going into turn number 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to argue that, I'm not sure if it's gonna be turn number one. I feel like if they can get a run, I feel like he'll definitely get back up there and start battling. But with with the leader having, control of the restart and being on the bottom, he's kind of just got an advantage overall.
That is very true. As you take a look at the rest of the field there,
Pretty cool shot actually as we're going to Blimpview now.
lights are still on the pace car. These guys are gonna get re-racked right here as we are now on lap. I'm not sure. We got 22 to go. 33. We're on lap 33, right? I think. Maybe.
Yes, sir. That would be correct. If there's 22 to go,
Yep.
I believe.
Redneck math at its finest. It's hard, folks, when we run out of fingers and toes. But we get it.
Hey, man, whatever you got to do.
In all seriousness, right now, I think it's the most perfect time to mention our sponsors over at Five Kings Motorsports. McConey Setup Shop, LLC.com. With official races firing back up. We had week 13 a few weeks ago. The new season has started. I think this is like the second or third week.
I believe it's week 3 now.
So if you want a fast setup and almost a guaranteed victory, no matter what split you're in, bottom split, middle split, top split, check out McConey Setup Shop, LLC.com. Use promo code the number 5 and then Kings, all one word. Again, that's 5 Kings, Kings. All one word. Get you 10% off your entire order. And the best thing about that promo code, you can use it as many times as you want. Once again, that's promo code 5Kings at McConeySetupShop.com.
I'm going to cut you off with our sponsors. I know it's rude, but 48's a great jump here is Chris McLean within no time dropping down in the.
I mean, Chris McLean saw the hole and he was there. As you see the battle behind Mark Truxell, Chuck Pegler Phelps, they are currently battling. Let's go cockpit cam real quick. See if we can get a feel of what these drivers are truly feeling out here tonight. As he has Chuck, Mr. Pegleg, right to his inside. He has to go the high lane. You see that inside lane just has so much more momentum, but then on the exit, it's just like it flips instantly.
Yeah, I can't hear it personally, but you can definitely tell even without the volume that the inside lane is definitely the place to be right now. As I thought, I mean, you can run any groove, but I thought the high side would play a factor later into this race. But right now, it still looks like the bottom is definitely the place to be.
As we have another caution on the speedway, it's telling me Joseph Mahar has went around. Let's go back and take a look and see. Oh, we've seen this truck already wrecked once.
72 car, it looked like it maybe got a little loose, came down, and then we saw what happened there.
No damage, though, for that truck, except from the initial contact. So let's go back one more time. Let's go cockpit cam. Why not? Got lucky it didn't actually dead hook into the wall. And
Man, look at that sky. Sorry, that's kind of scary.
It looked pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's gonna storm, and then you look at the front stretch. It looks like there's like a fire over there somewhere. But through that cockpit view, you can see just how I mean, I know it's not real. It's not as a driver, it's not gonna hurt. But still, if you're going down the backstretch, you can't see much out of these vehicles, any vehicle on iRacing, and you're going down the backstretch full speed, and then your car just takes a hard right to the outside wall, and you just kind of are along for the ride at that point. There's no saving when you're looking straight at the wall. I mean, he did, but he still went around. There's no saving that.
So for the ones at home, this is what the drivers are seeing right now out their cars, out each and every one of these cars. Now, if you have virtual reality, you can turn your head and look left and right, obviously. The quality won't be nearly as good as what it would be on a monitor. So I actually run a curve monitor. It's a big curve monitor. It kind of wraps around me. Still not as good as virtual reality, but I mean, what you see right here is basically what you got. So like Jason was saying, when that driver got hooked to the right, I'm sure his spotter was saying car high, car high, car high. But when you get hooked like that, you don't really know where you're going to end up. You got to kind of drive it, and hopefully you can mitigate whatever damage. And luckily for him, in that 46 machine, he mitigated all of it. I mean, he didn't get the outside wall, didn't get the inside wall.
Yeah, definitely a better turnout than what could have happened. If you don't get that car slow to turn, you're going head on to the outside wall, and that's definitely not going to be pretty.
Right, that was best worst case scenario for him. Was he got turned, but got a little bit of damage on his right rear or whatever, a little bit probably from the initial contact, like we said. But overall, I mean, kept it pretty clean. As lights are still on the pace truck car, let's see if we can fire up maybe Chris McLean, get him put up in here in the booth.
All right, here, let me go try to find him. Here he is, and he's coming up right now. Chris, this is Tanner and Jason up in the Five Kings Network booth. You got a copy?
I do.
So you're sitting P2 right now, and 17 to go. What are you thinking?
Need some green flag laps and put it on the podium.
Hey, that sounds good, man. Qualified up front, and avoided most of the trouble here. There's been, I think, 5 cautions, and definitely green flag run. I feel like you have something for this 48. As I was watching, you're actually my pick for the night. So good luck with 17 to go here, and see if you can get it done.
Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna. Like I said, it's just so hard to get fired off and stay with him, and it takes me a lap or two to run him down. So if I can get some green flag laps, I'm gonna give him all he wants. That's for sure.
Sounds good. We'll be here at the end, hopefully talking to you.
Thank you, buddy.
That was the driver of number 5, Chris McLean, going to be starting outside row number 1. Got Corey Melton in the 48. Him and Chris McLean, they have done battle all night, whether it was for 1st, 5th, or 7th when they pitted. But don't look now. They got Mr. Pegleg, Chuck Feltz, firing off P3. And I told you, that 51, both 51s, Ray Rogers and Alex Veith. But Ray Rogers right now, he's going to be rolling off P4, outside row number 2. Not the preferred lane right now. But I know Ray Rogers, Chris McLean, they are teammates. They're going to work together right here. And that might spell doom and gloom for the 48 machine.
Are they teammates? I don't think they are.
I think they're... no, they're not. They're not teammates, actually. I think they're just really good friends.
But, they've raced with each other a lot. They know how each other race. So, I feel like they still might work together here.
I think most definitely they're going to work together. We're going to see what can happen here. So draft heavy. It's going to be teammate dependent here maybe for Kansas as we're coming to 15 to go this time by. The 48 got another good jump like it was expected. You notice the 5 truck did not go down like he normally has. He did go to the bottom, but look who he came back up to.
Yeah, no, he's actually going back down to the
course.
bottom of the truck here, the peg leg. That's a broadcaster curse there.
Right.
As we see, peg leg is actually I feel like he's gonna give the 5 a shove here going down the backstretch.
Wasn't able to ever burst that bubble, and when I say the bubble like that, folks, yes, peg leg may have been going a few miles per hour faster, but the way the air works around these trucks, there's such a big wake and a big air disturbance that it's almost as if you could see it. You would be seeing a bubble right there. And you got to pop that bubble to finally get up there to that truck to make that contact and to push that truck. And ultimately, Pegleg did not have the momentum there to break the bubble. But it's not going to matter because Chris McLean is going to bust a bubble of 48, it looks like, because he is currently trying to force a mistake out of that 48 truck. And I've just noticed something on these trucks. They all have a red line right in the middle of their spoiler. I've never noticed that before. As Chris McLean's going to try to look underneath the 48. It's going to be close here as the 48s actually remain clear. But he showed that 5 truck to bottom, left the hole open for the 48. Chris McLean's going to get there. They're going to be side-by-side drag racing down the backstretch with 13 to go.
Yeah, definitely coming down to the closing laps here, the 5, Chris McLean, said he needed time and he was going to be able to run down that 48 and give him all he could handle, and look, he got a couple laps and did exactly what he said.
And the 5 right now, he wants to see Pegleg get clear of that 48 as well. Shuffle that 48 back. He showed the bottom. He left the bottom open to both these drivers. And now the 76 of Tyler Brown, he's going to try to capitalize on the 48. But the 48 has the momentum down the backstretch, coming almost nose to nose with the 75, but advantage still to the 75 as they're going into turn 3 and into turn 4.
Yeah, and what we're seeing right back behind them, another pack of 3 cars is that would be 51 of what is this? I know it's V. Is that Alex?
Alex Veith, Ray Rogers, and Charles Steven. Good bounce back for that 88. We saw he was one of the trucks that was spinning like a top earlier. So
he was heavily damaged
Yep,
earlier. When, he got hit by like 4 or 5 different trucks.
right. And you know what the
So
legend was?
time to go here.
Legend has it that truck was still under power. And look here, it is now time for the BAM Racing videos. 10 to go. If you like sim racing, I say it weekly, folks. We got you covered. 5 Kings Motorsports on YouTube, 5 Kings Network on Facebook. But if you like real life grassroots racing, short track racing at its finest, then you need to look up BAM Racing videos. As the 75 is going to shoot it down low underneath Chris McLean. Going to try to take the top dog spot. That's Chuck Pegleg Phelps. Going to get him a lap led as we're coming to 9 to go. Again, that is BAM Racing videos. BAM space racing space videos. He travels all across the country to all these famous short tracks. If you can throw a dart at a map and try to get as close you can to a famous short track, I can almost guarantee that Brandon has been there and documented the racing there. Very grassroots based racing. As a 5 is now battling back with a 75. It's starting to heat up here, folks.
Yeah, and don't count that 48 out. He's there. He's ready to pounce on any sort of mistake here. And it's definitely 8 to go, getting down to the closing laps. It's gonna get interesting, and I'm all for it here.
That 75 is kind of being shoved out right now, but there is a hole if he's able to fall in. He's going to have the momentum down the backstretch. Crossover move again. They've done this the last 2 times when they've traded the lead back and forth. 75, the lead man now, going to slide in front of that 5. How's the 48?
Coming in. As a 5's going to make the crossover. Crossover versus crossover. This is an interesting race.
As a 48 is getting ready to spoil their plans, though, I think. These drivers.
76 too. He's
Yeah.
ready. He's ready for it.
When the 5 and 75 are racing hard like that, they're not nearly as fast if they were solo. And that's allowing the 48 of Melton to get right up there with them. I think you're getting ready to have a three-way battle, maybe even a 4-way battle for the lead. But the 75 washes up. That's going to let the 48 get underneath him. And the 48 has momentum coming down the front stretch here. Going to get right up to the 5's bumper, I do believe, as they're going in turn 1 and 2. We got 6 laps to go here.
I'm hearing caution is out.
Caution is out on the speedway with Chris McLean, P1, Chuck Pegleg Phelps, P2, and Corey Melton is going to be P3, I believe, unless it puts Corey back in front. I don't know why I'm hearing my spotter right now.
I have no idea. I don't hear the spotter.
Yeah, I'm hearing
We're
my.
gonna go back and look as it's not currently showing us. Here we go. Let's see. We're looking-
Tracy
heavy
Passon's up in
contact.
front of him. Is where this started. Oh, the 51 just kind of right hooked the 53 of Passon's, and then
Coffee nowhere to go.
Coffee once again in the 96. The run of bad luck for Alex Coffey and Matt Rogers has continued here tonight. Man.
Not even the run of bad luck for Alex Coffey. It's been a bad week for Alex Coffey. As we're trying to see.
I can't get it back far enough, and it's annoying me.
Hang on, let me see. I know they won't be able to see it, but I can kind of tell you what's going on here. Let me try to find what number. 50.
Ooh, we have pit road action on pit
Hitting.
road. Corey Melton going down. Ray Rogers going down. Charles Stevens Jr. is going down. Dylan Haston. Mark Truxell is staying out. Alex Veith is going down. So, man, it's going to be a green-white checker overtime finish here on the 5 Kings Motorsports YouTube channel, 5 Kings Network's Facebook page. We're overtime racing now, folks.
All right, so I know they can't see it, but it looked like the one of the 51s. Let me try to find it here. Yeah, Alex Veith here. It looks like he was kind of maybe expecting Tracy Passons to go down to the apron, and I mean, he didn't go all the way down, so it's misjudgment on Veith's part, but it's racing, no big deal, and it's like once they came together, they couldn't be separated, and they went to the wall together.
So tough break
And
for both of them
then
drivers. All the
yeah, and
drivers,
then
really.
heavy contact for some other, like Alex Coffey coming in late. Huge hit there. Also the 96, huge contact of the 53 Tracy Passons.
I just want to let the world know that if there's anybody into fantasy football in here, I actually got a team for sale. I got a team that's full of turds, I guess, with Joe Mixon currently having 2.7 points as we're starting the third quarter.
No, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna go check out what I'm doing here.
I wish I didn't remind you.
Okay, I have no players playing. Nice. They haven't lost yet.
It's
Like
the Bengals and the Jags tonight. Bengals are actually my favorite team, and they're looking strong this year. They did lose to the Bears, but they are looking to be stout. But that don't matter. We are overtime racing now. I do believe.
Oh, it's gonna get interesting here. I'm
Yes.
setting up. I'm ready to go.
And
Here we
don't
go,
look,
boys.
but that 17 has slowly but surely worked his way up here.
The mean green machine. That's what I'm calling it from now on. Best color ever, green. Are the lights off on the pace car? I cannot tell. I believe they are. Is it gonna? I think it's gonna be green white checker too. 3 O's fan sports and motorsports.
As my fiance Emily just walked in here with some smell good popcorn. As we're getting ready to be
I'm
overtime
hungry,
racing,
man.
folks.
I want some popcorn. Let me get some of that.
Right?
As the pace car's getting ready to take a hard left turn, here we go.
Let's see what
how
Chris
this
McLean's
start
gonna
is.
do.
As
Hey.
he is taking off here, as he's got a really good jump actually.
Got a great jump. Not gonna have any type of battles going into turn one. It's all smooth sailing for Chris McLean, but it is not for the 75 of Chuck Peglev. Phelps has a 76 right on his back bumper with a 17 of Adcock trying to look underneath the 76. They're going to be drag racing as they're coming into turn three.
Down the backstretch and into turn 3 as we see the 17 of Aaron Adcock down on the inside of the 76 of
Tyler
I got a
Brown.
Tyler Brown. A white flag is out here at Kansas. 1 to go.
White flag is out, so that means the next flag, no matter what, is going to end it. They could wreck on the backstretch. I'll line them up and die, and it don't matter. This thing's going to finish.
Oh, contact behind him as Aaron Adcock goes around.
Aaron Adcock is spinning, and he is going backwards. He's going backwards fast, but it don't matter for Chris McLean. That driver is out front. Got the 75 of Chuck Peglev Phelps. You notice that 5 truck did not leave the bottom open this time. He learned from his mistakes. And not only did he win the championship of Season 1, but he also just parked it in victory lane for the first fun run race of the offseason. Chris McLean, driver number 5, Ford F-150, just parked it in victory lane. And now he's putting on a
And he's
little
going
show
for a
for us.
drift.
He's drifting a little bit, huh?
Yeah, that was a great race. Definitely a fun one to call for sure. And then that was I thought I feel like maybe with a couple more laps it would have been a great battle as we might have seen the crossovers continue.
Man, oh,
Heartbreaker
man.
for the 17 of Aaron Adcock.
Absolutely. If we see Chris McLean, this winning moment's brought to you by BAM Racing Videos. You like sim racing, we got you covered here on Five Kings Motorsports. But if you like real life grassroots racing at some of the best, most famous short tracks across the entire nation, look up BAM Racing Videos on YouTube. Got almost 5,000 subscribers and has a video almost with 300,000 plays going on right now. Check them out. That's BAM Racing Videos. But we got Chris McLean, the winner of tonight's event. Chuck Peglev Phelps brought it home second. Tyler Brown, P3. Ray Rogers, P4. With Eric and the number 71, the MF Racing Design's best paint scheme of the night. He's going to bring it home, rounding out our top 5 finishers. So I
We're watching Chris McLean doing a very very long burnout here. He's actually trying to do the perfect donuts.
you
Here he
can
goes.
you can go ahead and pull up
Oh,
peg leg if you like.
let me see here. Let me just
I don't think Tyler Brown is in the Discord.
I will look real quick. I don't think he is,
Nope, not seeing him.
but all right, I will pull up Mr. Pegleg as here he is. I'm gonna pull him
Oh
up
my
now.
goodness gracious!
What did I just miss? Or
A
miss?
driver just came hauling the mail right there and just drilled a 5 right in the door. You talk about the Apex bash him up demolition derby. Jesus Christ, he just life flighted a 5.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna pull up Chuck here. Chuck Pegleg Phelps. This is Jason and Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
So we see you started 19th on the grid here and avoided the wrecks here, worked your way up front, and it looked like you were having a great battle as Chris trading crossovers every straightaway. Definitely made it interesting for us. What more did you need to get to Chris for that win?
Talent. So, I mean,
come on.
straight up. No, seriously, I was pretty much out of my skill level or element being up there, and I know there was a lot of good drivers who got wrecked out. And Chris is on my team, and he's an incredible racer with a lot of racecraft strategy knowledge. And I just was telling myself, well, I'm up here, and the best way to learn is monkey see, monkey do. So I was just trying to watch and observe and try and hold my own the best I could. But I would get a good run on him coming out of 2. So I was getting some crossover moves, and he knew what I was doing. And on that last lap, of course, he took my line away, which again, that's what you're supposed to do. So kudos to Chris. I was just happy to. Very, very, very seldom I'm even up front, much less being able to battle with somebody of Chris's caliber. So it was a great experience for me, good exposure for me to run with guys of his skill level. So yeah, I just gotta keep plugging away at my racecraft to be able to get by him cleanly. I mean, I could have been dirty and dumped him or got him loose or wiggly, but that's not my style. It's certainly not on my teammate, but I wouldn't have done that. I'm not one to give a bumper to anybody, especially a teammate. So I was just trying to get a free lesson there from Chris.
Now, peg leg, I heard you say talent right there, and I'm not going to let that slide because I watched you battle throughout the field and not ever bobble a single time now. And then you got up towards the front, and the crossover moves, I was afraid I was going to wake my little boy up because we were getting so excited up in the booth. So kudos for that show y'all just put on. That was really entertaining, brother. You got any sponsors or shout out you want to throw out there for that 75?
Yeah, I kind of already did a little bit with Chris, but I'd like to thank Aaron Adcock and the leadership of the league first and foremost for running a really great league, and of course my pole man teammates, you know, Tracy and Chris and Aaron. I've learned so much from those guys, and you know, everybody on pole man and Big Fish Motorsports over in the Rebels Racing League. I got a good group of guys over there. Certainly you, Tanner. I've raced with you. I kind of miss racing with you a little bit because you used to put me to shame as well. But I appreciate what you all do for the broadcasting. And of course, Jimmy, the owner of Apex Sim Racing Gear, certainly for him allowing us to put his name on our league. And I have to give a shout out to the all first responders, policemen, firemen, EMTs,
Awesome.
a military, both present and veterans. And specifically, I have to absolutely thank my fellow magnificent warrior brother and sister Marines. That's 22 years of my life was being with them. So yeah, that's all I got. And once again, I do appreciate you guys put on a great broadcast, and especially for recruitment race, and it's not even regular season. So thanks for the time and effort that you guys do for us as well.
Absolutely, Chuck. We'll be here every single week. Y'all put on a show, especially when you have a show like tonight. And before we cut you loose, I want to say thank you for your service and congratulations tonight, man. Very good run.
You're very welcome. It is certainly an honor and a privilege to serve. So you're very welcome. And thanks for your time, guys.
Alrighty, that's Mr. Pegleg Felts. Came home one spot short, but that driver, he is not down the dumps about it because the driver that he finished behind is none other than Season 1's champion. We just seen him get crowned last week at Phoenix with the race win. He comes back and doubles down, wins the first off-season race of the season. Mr. Chris Champ McLean, you got a copy.
I do.
So, Chris, normally I go through the spiel of talking about the beginning race. Now, you and the 48 did battle in the beginning, but man, oh man, the show you and Pegleg put on there at the end with all the crossover moves, how in the world did y'all manage to do that but never ever trade any paint?
Oh man, it's just that's the way racing is. That's the way racing should be. Chuck's a very respectable driver. He downplays himself a little bit. He's got a lot of talent. He's good, but just get in there and run hard, and it's not hard to do. It's not hard to stay off of people. You ain't gotta run in there and dump somebody. I mean, just like we just did. Somebody's going there. Whoever's on top's going to come out on the better hand in the next, get the run off. So just race. And I mean, Chuck does a good job of that. I like to do, seem to think I do a good job of that. But it was a lot of fun. I know the 48 was sitting there waiting in the wings on somebody to get out of the way so he could
Right,
get in there and do some
right.
battling.
I mean, we try to keep it completely PG here, but I'm going to go out and say that was one hell of a race there at the end, buddy. I mean, y'all put on a show and y'all did it super clean. I mean, there was not even a hint of any type of contact, never even close to initiating contact. And I think we saw for about 6 laps, it was just constant crossover moves, and it seemed like y'all did it every time out of turn 4. But, so we're going to fast forward and we're going to look ahead. How are you feeling? You got the momentum right now. You got the season starting on October 28th. How excited are you for season number 2 to be underway?
Man, I'm super excited. I actually wasn't gonna run this race. I was gonna do a little race controlling, but I didn't know how big, how many people we was gonna have turn out. But it ended up being a huge field. So, but I'm glad I didn't miss it because I really love Candace, and I wish we could have got a little bit of green flag racing there. But it's kind of recruitment races. You
Right.
kind of normally go this way. But if we could have got some green flag runs, it would have been really fun to try to get up there around the top because that top normally don't come in until the tires start wearing a little bit. But it's a lot of fun when that happens. It becomes multi groove racing, and I really like running that rim. So, but it just never got a chance to do it tonight. But I'm looking so forward to season 2. I think it's with what transpired here tonight in the recruitment race with as big a turnout as we had. I think it's going to be a really good season 2. Hopefully, we'll get some committed drivers and teams and be able to have a full field every night. And like I said, like I've been telling you, it's growing and it's going to get better.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I am 100% bought into the Adcock way right now. And I have a feeling this season 2 is going to make season 1 look like a small little hill. Because this season 2 is going to be a mountain of fun, I can already tell. Because it's going to be a show every Thursday night. And you can catch it live on the 5 Kings Motorsports YouTube, 5 Kings Network Facebook. But Chris, you won tonight, parked it in Victory Lane, something that I'm sure you're getting accustomed to. Something I'm accustomed to is hearing them sponsors that make that 5 truck go so fast. Let me hear them one more time.
Yeah, man, Aaron Adcock, he does a hell of a job. And like I said, it was a building year and we're getting there. And, I seen Ray. I seen him out my rearview mirror. I thought it was going to get real dicey there for a minute. But,
Me too.
man, I got to give a big thanks to Aaron for one. He does a great job. Poman Motorsports, the team I'm on here in the Apex. And we do great group of guys. We work well together. We practice well together, and of course, One Up Motorsports. That was my team I first started everything with. They taught me a lot, and I'm trying to pass that on to these guys. These guys that's been in the service for less than a year or whatever. Just trying to what knowledge I got, try to help them out with it because I learned it from somebody. So, but Jimmy at Apex, you guys in the booth, man, y'all do a great job. 5 Kings Network, glad y'all came on board and happy to have y'all. And y'all do an awesome job.
Right on. I mean, I'll be honest, Chris, with the racing we saw tonight, y'all make it easy. Y'all make it really easy on us. That's Chris McLean. He parked it in Victory Lane, season 1 champ. Going to try to go back to back in season 2. We're going to fire off the new season October 28th. Chris, congratulations to you tonight. And then I'm sure if there's another race next Thursday, we'll be talking to you again.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Chuck Phelps, man. He did a hell of a job, and like I said, he don't think he deserves to be up there, but he deserves it more than anybody in the field,
He
probably.
did. He
He
did.
does a great job, and he's a clean racer, and he puts in the effort. And he just, I don't know, he just don't think he deserves it, but I think he deserves it more than anybody.
So Pegleg, I raced with him when he first started on iRacing, and I know we need to wrap this up, but it don't matter. This is important. I raced with Pegleg when he first started, and I'll be honest, he wasn't bad by no means. It wasn't like he was out there wrecking people. He's always been really respectful, but to see the leap that he has taken in the last 6 months, it blows my mind. He is always one of the fastest guys on the track each and every week, and I love seeing that. I love seeing it, and him battling tonight with you, it was nothing but a smile on my face.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. It wasn't like Chuck was ever bad, but when I
Right.
first got in here and first met him, man, I've been trying to help him here and there. He asks a lot of questions, but that's how you get better. And
Exactly.
I don't mind helping him and help trying to talk him through stuff, and he actually applies it. That's the biggest thing is you
Exactly.
can tell people till you blue in the face, but if they can't apply it, then it does no good. But he has come leaps and bounds and does an awesome job.
He's a class act, complete class act. Chris McLean, thank you for joining us in the broadcast booth tonight. Congratulations on the win, and we'll be talking to you next week, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And now we have Aaron Adcock, the league owner, in here. Let's see if he has any final words before we shut it down for the night on the Five Kings Motorsports YouTube channel.
Yeah, I had to take a little while before I jumped up here.
So you went for a wild ride there at the end.
Yeah, it was.
I missed it, so I didn't even talk me through it. What happened? Let me know what happened if you can.
Well, I went off into turn 3, and I mean, no, it was turn 1 and 2, and we'd just taken the white flag, and I was just trying to make it a man podium up there, 1, 2, 3. I was going, if I could get to Chuck, I was going to take the run, but I wasn't going. If I couldn't get to him and feel like I could just rocket past him, I wasn't going. I wasn't going to force the issue, but no, just truck went into turn 1 and 2, and he licked his envelope and put a stamp on it and sent it into the post office and took me with him. So,
yep. So, like I said, I missed it, but Jason called it because he was actually watching, I guess, iRacing on his screen, and he called it. And yeah, I knew you wasn't gonna be happy about that because you worked all race to get yourself up in that position, and you finally were in that position. And I mean, it sounded like you got it taken away from you more than anything.
yeah, I made a decision to come in and take my last set of tires when we had about 18 laps to go, and we got that little, I don't know, I guess it was about a 10 lap green flag, and I went from um, about 16th to 4th place, and had that. Well, I went to about 6th. Then we had the caution, and some people went down to get tires, and I cycled out 4th, so I was right where I wanted to be. And I knew I still had good tires to get me to the last, green, white checker. But it is what it is. It's just part of racing. And we regroup and go on to the next one. But I feel like tonight was a success.
Absolutely.
There's 3 or 4 guys that I really had my eye on that I felt like are going to be good, clean racers, and hopefully they'll respond to the invites that I sent out. And but yeah, I was glad to see the normal Apex guys that have run with us every Thursday night the last 15, 20 weeks, showing up and representing the league and being here and getting the seat time in and racing to help find some talent and more talent that to help build this league up to what the potential is. So yeah, I was real excited about tonight. I know it's a recruitment race, and it's kind of like pulling teeth sometimes, but you got to do it to get your name out there. So
Exactly.
we'll probably line another one up for next week.
Do you know a
I have
track
done a
yet?
short. Well, I haven't figured it out yet, but I kind of want to do a short track, and I know it's gonna be grueling, but if you can race good on a mile and a half, and we're wanting the quality of drivers that we want to have in the league and to build off of, you need to be able to run on a short track too. So um, I feel like next week we're either going to go to Richmond or Iowa. I haven't quite put a stamp on it yet, but it's probably going to be a short track that some close contact racing, but you got to be smart at the same time. So really get an idea of what kind of drivers we're getting.
So I'll make a suggestion, and I'll preface it with this: you can keep the cash from next week, put it on the line for the winner. And let's go to the last great Coliseum.
All right, we can do that.
I mean, it might be messy. It could be messy. Now, Richmond and Iowa gives you a little bit of room for error for the driver. So if you decide different, we can still do that at Richmond or Iowa too. But I want to see
I'm good with Bristol. I love Bristol myself.
the
So,
drivers you got in here at the top. I want to see them do battle on a true, legit short track like that. And it's Bristol, baby. I mean, I don't think it gets any bigger or better than that.
that's right. I'll tell you what, I'll call it right here on the network tonight. Next week's recruitment race will be at Bristol, and we're gonna cut the lights on too.
All right.
So Bristol at night.
All right. Sounds good with the $25-$30 on the line to the winner. Sounds
There we go. That
sounds
sounds good to me.
sounds perfect to me. So we'll put it out there to everybody, and thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And before we shut it down, Aaron, let me know one more time, where can they find you on iRacing? What's the series name one more time?
All right, go to iRacing, go to leagues, and search Apex Sim Racing E Series Showdown. It's a mouthful, but it lets Jimmy at Apex get his name put out there, and everybody can see his logo, and they can represent his logo with the website and find where to get some of the best button boxes known to sim racing. So
Exactly.
Apex Sim Racing E Series Showdown.
Right on. And I just want to, before we close up shop, I want to say, without the sponsors, none of this is possible. So next week, we're going to Bristol. We're going to cut the lights on. It's going to be like Saturday night short track racing on a Thursday. Same time, same place. 5 King Motorsports. We'll be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. We'll probably have a 3-man booth that night, I'll be honest, because it's going to be Bristol. It's going to be hectic, chaotic, and I hope you all are there with me. Congratulations to Chris McLean on the race win tonight. Aaron, thank you for the info. That's Apex Sim Racing E-Series Showdown on iRacing. Request to join. They will get you accepted. But until next time, we'll be back on track tomorrow for the Front Row Next Gen Series, except we'll be racing. Going to see if we can make it 3-4 in a row for 5 Kings Motorsports in the win column. Catch us then. We'll be live streaming our POV. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope you have a good night. We'll see you.